Good evening and welcome to Soundshop. My name is Akpanaluo, and I started this community close to 7 years ago in my apartment. And the aim of the event was to enable musicians to perform their music, talk about it, and then have a conversation with other musicians so that they could get advice, feedback, and encouragement on their work. And it's evolved quite a bit over the 7 years, and it expanded from my living room to venues around New York City, went through quarantine and Zoom events and the occasional in-person event. And I'm thrilled to be hosting it here at Club Curious. A little bit about Club Curious. It is the speakeasy of non-alcoholic brand Curious Elixirs. And the cocktails, a lot of work has been put into them by the founder, JW, who is so supportive to have us here tonight. And he puts as much care into those cocktails as he does into this fantastic space that we're in right now. So I'm very appreciative for all of that. And it really is a perfect union of ethos between Curious Elixirs and Soundshop, because Curious is very supportive of musicians, artists community. Recently, they've been doing a I'm blanking on oh no, I just all right. Yeah. Awesome. And in terms of the format for tonight's event, um, there's going to be 3 artists over the course of the next about hour, and each musician will talk about their musical background. Then they'll perform. So they'll talk about their musical background. They'll talk about the song that they're going to perform, things that they'll want you to listen to, the background of how they created it, the process, their inspiration, etc., etc. Then they'll perform the song, and then finally there will be 10 minutes Q&A at the very end of that, and I will kind of close out the Q&A by asking tonight's icebreaker question, which is what things do you first listen? What sorts of things do you first listen to when you're hearing a song for the first time? It's something that I just think about as someone who studied neuroscience, and I appreciate the special relationship that people have, distinct relationship that we each have with music, and so it's just my way of kind of like tapping into that a little bit. So after the 3 artists have done their music shares, then I will close things out by giving a moment for all of you to kind of raise your hands and say what you're seeking or what you're offering to move forward your musical or creative ambitions. And I think that's just the perfect way to kind of round things out and really recenter things on community as we go into the hangout for the rest of the evening. And so I don't do a lot of exposition for the individual artists. I will just call the name, and then they will get up and they'll do their thing. So without further ado, I'll pass it to the first artist, Andy Waldron.
This. Sorry, I thought you were talking about someone named Mike over there. So hello, my name is Andy Waldron. I am a musician here in New York City. I perform as a part of a new wave science fair duo called Sailor Boyfriend. Um, I do visuals, hence this. This is what I usually put on before our shows, so you know what is happening. I'm very happy to be here. I don't usually get this sort of VH1 storytellers situation of explaining my music, so I'm really excited to have that opportunity here. And yeah, so I'm just going to start talking about the song performing tonight. It's the first song off of a new EP that we're going to put out in the new year. We don't have a home for it yet, so this is a networking opportunity as much as a performance. Networking is a performance, so it's kind of a hat on the hat. So I hope you're okay with that. Actually, give me one. Sorry, can you keep it down, please? So this next song is called Future Relic. Starts with a little bit of this. Starts with a little bit of performing. Starts with a little bit of this. And then it starts with a little bit of this. Cool. Cool, you should be getting sound. Are we getting any sound up there? Cool, can you turn it up? Cool. Cool. Hello? Should be getting sound. Cool. It is playing right now. Here's the aux cord. Gonna put it right in here. Okay, and then I should be getting sound. Thank you so much. Okay, cool. Now keep it there so the sound plays. Thank you. Hold up in the frame as I construct my name. You do the same. After 2 years apart, we share a room, but I never felt so distant from you. So do you want me? You're begging me to come. Do you want me? But the gift you give is just a crumb. Do you want me? Maybe this will do the trick. Do you want me? Future relic. Wait up before I go. Pour myself through your phone when you're alone. Tell me who held the rain when I sang from the couch so everyone got paid. Do you want me? But begging me to come. But it is you I'm running from. Maybe this will do the trick. Am I a future relic? Work. Baby, it's a new day. I won't pay to play. It's a new day. I won't pay to play. It's a new day. I won't pay to play. Any questions? This is the part where the performance is less obvious. Okay. I am told that you have Q&A's section of this portion. So, for an example, can someone ask me a question? Yeah. What's up? Sorry. Can you ask that again? Really? Oh yeah, totally. What's my favorite director? I would say Abraham Zapruder. I just think what he did was film. I think what he did with film was just so explosive, you know? I will need those those medicines back. Yeah, so this is to actually answer your question. I'm no longer performing anymore. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, cool. Thank you. These are prescriptions that I was on from 2016 through 5 minutes ago through through late last year. I have some of the songs deal with mental health, and a lot of like new artists, comedians, performers talk about mental health in their performance, and I thought this was a novel concept. No, there's not actually medicine in this. This one's couscous, this one's rice, and this one's pasta. So yeah, no, I'm not sponsored by Big Pharma. Only Raytheon Technologies, the the warhead manufacturer. So that was a good example of a question that you could ask me. I will actually answer these. Does anyone else have any questions? I will give you some time to think. And whenever, yes. Who am I wearing? This is where I get canceled because in 2019, I downloaded an app called Wish that offered goods at incredibly terrifyingly low prices. And it turns out it was fast fashion, which I don't support. But I did get this out of it. So as a performer, we negotiate the good, the bad, put them all together. Then you have the facts of life, as they say. No, it's literally just it's from Wish. I don't feel good about that, but it fits me really well. And as a cis white male, I am supposed to have contradictions. Yes. What's my favorite Prince song? Whew. I am going to. This is. That's the toughest question. You didn't ask a good question. You didn't ask. That was a good question. I'm just joking. I'm joking. I'm totally joking. I am sincere and happy to be here. I would. You know what? Honestly, the one I listen to most, the Song of the Heart from the Happy Feet soundtrack. It is this like really light. It's like. It's like really light shuffle with like a little bit like Hallmark Prince funk, but it's also like really cleanly produced. And in 2006, that was really like an artist of his age at that time to make something that's still catchy, but also like it's. Thank you. And if this is being live streamed, this is the point where it would be taken down. But. No, I fucking love that song. Actually, but controversy probably. Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Hey.
As someone, I've been doing improv comedy recently.
Okay.
So having done it now for a couple months, how do you get the confidence to be so ridiculous on stage?
This is the first time I'm being told I was ridiculous on stage. No, it comes from being as much of a fan of comedy as I am of music. I find that there's an old adage that musicians want to be comedians and comedians want to be musicians, and I really like to blur those lines because, for example, the acoustic guitar bit, I don't know if you noticed, I didn't actually play it. That comes from like a combination of stuff, right? It's like having fun with anticipation. So like when you're on that last string, and I just keep going. And I make sure everyone's quiet. And it gives me control in a sense, which this song, which that I performed is a little bit about. The confidence comes from having fun with like that kind of authenticity. A lot of people look like me play like an acoustic guitar and sing about their feelings. So I wanted to challenge those expectations immediately, so you're seeing something that's different. Goodness. I am virtually at a Sailor Boyfriend show. Yes. So yeah, the confidence just comes from besides societal norms. It's like I love this. I love doing this, and it gives me. I performed at backing tracks, which is sometimes rigid. It's the same thing over and over and over again sometimes, and unless I mix it or something different. So it gives me an opportunity to play with that. Also, this started as a duo, and then my bandmate was very busy last year. So I started doing a solo, and I was trying to figure out ways to make it a little bit more than glorified karaoke. So I inserted bits that I wrote and performed and tried out in a bunch of different shows. And thank you for noticing the ridiculousness, because it is ridiculous to bear your feelings on stage in front of people. So I like to really own in on that. Yeah. Sure. Um, I think, I mean, it, influences is always a funny question because you don't want to be so obvious that you're like, oh, I'm actually replicating this person exactly. But you also don't want to be too esoteric, so you look like a dweeb. But I would say Joe Firestone, Mitch Hedberg, Andy Kaufman. I'm forgetting people that I really like. Oh, Nathan Fielder. Is he a comedian? Yeah. So does my mom. Um, he went to some top schools. Yeah, I like I like people who are multidisciplinary with whatever they're performing. So I'm interested in comedians as much as musicians because both of them are achieving the same end, just in different ways. So I like to learn from both of those disciplines. Ike. I'm trying to think. River L. Ramirez. Chris Gethard. I'm gonna stop. But yes, those are people that blur the boundaries, have tight like punchlines, and also perform physically as well, and have fun with expectations. So that's who I like. That's what I like. That's what I like. My number one influence, Bruno Mars. Hello. I know you. Yeah. It's going well. Good to see you. For them. Yeah. Cool. I'll respond to that. This song is called Future Relic. I wrote it. I can pull up the lyrics. Sometimes, like, I have audio processing issues, so the song is sort of like I was trying to figure out visuals for this song because I do have like clips for other tunes, but this one I wrote actually pretty immediately after the band Wednesday talked about how tough it is to perform at South by Southwest about 2 years ago. The EP that we're putting out is called Work Song, and this is the first song from it. It's also my first release in about going to be in 5 years, because I had such trouble figuring out what to do and take this, and I found inspiration in labor. So, for example, it's a song about me in audience, but it's also about me in performing. And like I mentioned earlier, I like to blur the lines between concepts so people can take what they want from it. So like, watch out in the frame as I construct my name. You do the same after 2 years apart. This was written in 2022. So we share a room, but I've never felt so distant from you. We're having fun complicating the idea of fandom after the onset of the pandemic that happens currently. Anyone heard of it? So like, you're beckoning me to come, but you're the one I'm running from. Maybe this will do the trick, Future Relic, because performing might be a future. I'm the future relic. I might become an old tired concept. I mean, a very popular Irish band just played in a huge circle, and they were the smallest thing about that. So why were they there? It's interesting. And then the second verse is about Lucy Dacus. When I sang, "Tell me who held the reins," when I sang from the couch so everyone got paid. That was about how Lucy Dacus had an injury, but she still sang from a couch. She like lied prostrate on a couch and performed and sang because that's implicating now the fans. Now it's implicating the industry, where we don't really take care of artists in a similar the way that we do in any other form of labor, and that was very admirable, but also made me think about that stuff. Wait, who said that? Wrap up. Okay, cool. Zoom in. Zoom. Okay. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna wrap up though, but I will be able after this. Sure. I'll be really quick too.
Yeah, what things do you pay attention to when listening to a song for the first time?
Everything but the song because I'm neurotic. No, but I would say um, rhythm, melody, production, then lyrics. I used to be a lyrics last person, and I still am in some different ways, but I'm really interested in mood first, which is a little bit antithetical because I'm trying to bring you into my narrative and control that pretty immediately, but mood and vibes are really hot these days, so that's why I answered that first. Thank you so much. My name is Andy Waldron. You're going to have 2 more performers tonight. Please stick around. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. Man, you really had me going there. I'm like viscerally in tune with the feels of an audience, and I was like, ah. Next up, we have Mick Lewis in the fine print.
Thank you, Akmanaloa. I'm going to follow Andy-esque performance. I'm on mic with some more comedy. So. He challenged me, so I'm going to have to tune my guitar.